What would you do if your teenage daughter came home from school one day and told you she had fallen in love with a man who was almost 30 years older than she is, a man even older than you? This mom says she's disgusted that her teenage daughter is about to marry a man she says is old enough to be her father, and she is here today to try and stop the wedding before it's too late. You're also going to meet this 75-year-old grandmother who's run off and married a man 44 years younger than her. And you won't believe the shocking secret he told her after they got married. So the question is, are the people really in love, or is somebody robbing the cradle? Let's find out. My first guests. My first guests say they're like any other happily married, fun-loving couple, except for one thing. She's the 75-year-old great-great-great-grandmother. Great-great-great-grandmother. That's 3 greats and a grandmother, and he's 31. As you can see, they're out right now in the streets of New York, cruising around on their Harley Davidson. And I think they've actually entered the building. Say hello to 75-year-old B and 31-year-old husband. Get this straight. B is 75, Rusty is 31. That's a 44-year difference in your ages, and you have been married since Rusty was 25 and B was 70. They have some other news to tell us. But first, I think we would like to hear the romantic details. How did where did you two meet? How did you two fall in love? Rusty, why don't you tell us how it happened?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was down in Florida, and I had some friends of mine.
Right.
And we were just down on vacation.
Right.
And I've always been attracted to young girls.
Right.
And,
you've always been attracted to much younger girls than you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I don't think they can appreciate the fun that I just enjoy in life.
Okay.
And I saw her, and I said, let's go over and ask them to dance.
Where did you see them, in a bar?
In the Holiday Inn.
Okay.
And we went over there and asked them to dance, me and a buddy of mine. He was a little optimistic at first. I said, well, come on, let's go there. You know, it's kind of dead tonight anyway. So we went over there and asked them to dance, and me and her got to dancing, and this girl can dance.
Wait a minute, guys. So, Rusty, you became attracted to her and you started to date.
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
Well, I told her about, I've rode motorcycles when I was 16 years old.
Right. Told her you were interested in motorcycles.
And she says there weren't any motorcycles back then, but
right.
I said, I'm going to show you all about them, all about
right.
motorcycles. So we had a good.
What happened when you finally put her on a motorcycle? Was she terrified?
No, she's going, go, 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 go. I'm going.
He couldn't go fast enough.
I'm going. There's a speed limit, woman. But we had a blast. We just had a blast.
So you have been married for 5 years.
Exactly.
How is it going?
Faster and faster.
Can you help me to understand what a 75-year-old woman sees in a man who's 44 years younger?
I ask her that all the time.
Yeah, what do you see?
Well, I just found the man that I wanted, and when I seen a big hunk of a man like him, I couldn't turn him down.
Now, Rusty has said that B is actually, how do I put this, a little wilder sexually than women of your own age and younger.
She's wilder than any girl I've ever met in my life.
B, you even created a flood?
Yes, ma'am, we did. And Acapulco.
Acapulco. You two were
You didn't tell me.
getting embarrassing now, right?
Anyway.
Were you making love and you left the shower on and you flooded the place?
I did.
That's what he told them, but it was him that got in bed with me. I'd already took my bath. And he's the one that flooded the shower.
How did
She
you
tells too much.
How did you decide to get married? I mean, you could have just hung out together, right?
Well, I don't know.
Wanted to make it legal?
Yeah.
How's the family feel about the marriage? Both of you?
Fine, just fine.
Rusty, you've been married to B for 5 years. Do you love her with all your heart?
I have more fun with her than I've ever had with any woman in my whole life.
You know, as they say on television now, dum-da-dum-dum.
Exactly.
Here comes the bad part.
Spit it out.
Have you been faithful?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Now wait. Okay. What happened was, as I understand it, you have a lion,
A few of them.
few lions, and you were taking your lion to be groomed. Can't make
Exactly.
this stuff up, guys. Taking your lion to be groomed.
Yeah.
And at the lion groomers,
Well, it was a dog groomer. They was surprised. They was pretty surprised I brought a lion.
they
in.
were a little shocked when you came into the lion. You met a very beautiful young blonde.
He sure did.
And
He sure did.
you did, and she did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened, B? What happened?
They come up with a baby.
They came up with a baby. You know that's what happens.
That wasn't what happened at first, love. Come on now.
Yeah.
No, I got that wrong.
But there's a happy ending. How old is the baby now?
He's almost 3.
And who has custody of the baby?
I'm getting ready to have custody of him.
You're going to have
We are.
custody. And the two of you are going to raise the... Okay.
Yes, love.
So you're going to be a mother all over again. Now, we said you had 3 greats and a grandmother. How old were you when you had your first child?
14,
And how old was your daughter when she had her first child?
15.
And how old was your granddaughter when she had her first child?
I think he's 16.
Okay? But that's how you get great-great-great-grandmother.
Bless her.
How do you feel about being 75 and diapering babies and stuff like that?
What?
She does a better job at it than I do, I guarantee you.
Really? Okay. I want to ask you, B is a very comfortable woman financially, and some people may think you're using her for her money. How do you feel about that? I know that her daughter, you have 1 child that's with you now that got very upset about a credit card bill because there was $10,000 spent on a vacation. In fact,
11,000.
7,000?
11,000. $10,903.
But all told, in 6 months, you spent $250,000.
$250,000.
On what? Was that on vacationing? So you two vacation for $250,000 in 6 months. That's $500,000 a year. Right. What do you feel when somebody tells you that maybe that's why you're interested in her?
I think they're wrong.
No?
They're wrong.
What do you say, Rusty?
I've worked every day of my life, and since we've been together, I still work.
Okay. B, I hope I'm as vibrant as you are when I'm your age. We'll be
I hope
right
you are
back.
too.
Thank you.
Kids come up to us and they look at Sam and they're like, Sam, who is this? Your niece is really cute. And Sam's like, no, this is my girlfriend. And they're like, no, really, who is it? One of the high school kids? He's like, no, this is my girlfriend. She took him to a high school dance one time. And listen, people thought she was dancing with the janitor. I mean, I'm not kidding you. He has come on to me a numerous amounts of occasions.
People who say they fall in love with people old enough to be their grandmother, or in this case, great-great-great-great-grandmother, or young enough to be their grandchild. I think probably Rusty and B are acting that way in reaction to the audience. This is 19-year-old Natasha. Natasha's here today because she is both devastated and disgusted. She has an identical twin sister, Sarah, that has gotten involved with a 45-year-old man. In fact, Natasha wrote us a letter about this man. Let's listen to part of this letter.
Dear Sally, please help. My beautiful, gorgeous, divine, identical twin sister is almost married to a 46-year-old man. What's the problem? She's only 19 years old. Oh, good Lord, help me. They started dating when she was 16 years of age, making him what? 43 years old. Sally, he took my twin away from me. She should be starting college, and he should be using Geritol, for Pete's sake. People think she's making out with her grandpa. Sally, please help me. Natasha.
Sarah, the twin, is 19, backstage with her 45-year-old boyfriend, Sam. We'll hear from them. Natasha, you're the one that wrote the letter. You say that this started, I've never heard of such a thing as this, at your Sweet 16 party. He came into the Sweet 16 party and...
Okay. Sally, listen, here's the deal. We were having our birthday party.
Right.
And he was a friend of my stepfather's. And we had lots of friends there. And he shows up, and we got all our friends there, right? Here we are, we're hanging out. Well, she goes and talks to, like, this 42-year-old man. And I'm like, what's the deal here? Next thing I know, they're asking each other to go to the movies and dinner, okay? Well, after a couple days, I'm like, what's going on, Sarah? She says, oh, we're just friends. Well, you know, one thing leads to another. Next thing you know, she's 18 years old. She moves in with him. I'm like...
Now, Natasha... You've said the whole family is really disgusted by this. What's going on? Has it torn the family apart?
In a way, my mom, at first, she was, oh, God, she was bitter. She hated it. She didn't, but like I said, Sarah, you know,
worked her magic, and now she's resigned, right?
Well, yeah, pretty much, but my grandparents do not accept it, not at all.
Have you told your sis, nothing's closer than a twin, have you told your sis how you feel?
Yeah, I have. I've told her many times. She doesn't, you know, she has this defense thing. I love him, and we're going to be together. And they're thinking about marriage, and it's just like, hey, well, you know.
Now, We've been told that when they go out, people really stare at the
Oh my
difference.
God. Well, listen, one time we were out at a restaurant and he drives a bus for high school kids, right?
For a
We're in a
living.
restaurant. But listen, now listen. So some of these high school kids come up to us and they look at Sarah and they're like, Sam, who is this? Your niece is really cute. And Sam's like, no, this is my girlfriend. And they're like, no, really, who is it? One of the high school kids? He's like, no, this is my girlfriend. And they were like, yeah, sure, Sam. I mean, stuff like that. Like the one, I was so embarrassed. She took him to a high school dance one time. And listen, people thought she was dancing with the janitor. I mean, I'm not kidding you.
All right, let's bring out 19-year-old Sarah and her 45-year-old
You guys
lover
are bad.
Sam. Find out what they have to say. You say that Sam is the love of your life.
Yes,
Tell me about your relationship.
Me and Sam started out totally platonic. I mean, it was a friendship relationship, but it grew and it progressed into a beautiful kind of fairy tale. We're so happy together. We're very, very happy together. I mean, he doesn't hit me. He doesn't do drugs. He's not a bad guy. He supports me
And he's got a
financially.
job.
Yes, he's got a job.
He's got 3 of them.
He's got 3 of them.
Sam, let me get this straight. You were divorced. You're 42. You were 42 and divorced, and a friend of the family. What would make you think it was all right to start a relationship with a 16-year-old?
Well, it kind of started out as an accident. It started out as a dare, because we were sitting in a restaurant having coffee with her mother, her now stepfather at the time, my friend, and Sarah and I, and
Who dared you to take her out?
Me.
Sarah
I did.
You dared
I asked him to go out with me, and I thought
You
it'd be
were
nice.
going to start college in the spring to study psychology. Do
Yes,
you
that's
not
correct.
think you might?
no.
Sam,
Y'all
please
need
give me-
psychology,
Sam,
not me
Sam's
or
the one
her.
who's putting me through college, Joe. You see? That's how he supports me.
Here's the problem.
There is no problem made except you.
Well, let me explain. I also
no
feel
problem
that
but
they
you.
should not be together. I think, honestly, that he deserves better than Sarah. But listen, but wait, he has
This isn't gonna get no better though.
well,
We
he
are
has
happy.
come on to me a numerous amounts of occasions.
You got brown eyes and you're
He
sticking out of
has
it.
hit on me, and I
Sam,
know that he
No.
wants me.
What do you
over Sarah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Is this
you're
true?
on a Bull
Yes.
Durham show.
No.
Is this true?
Wrong one.
He
No,
has
it
come on to
isn't.
me,
No.
but
No.
Okay, I would like to ask you, are you objecting to this relationship because you want him and you don't want her to be with him?
no,
Is that
I
it?
prefer
because
young
you
men.
seem a
Thank
little
you.
jealous.
Jealous? You need
Yeah.
to sit down.
No, anywhere!
Natasha, your boyfriend's 34, dear.
So, I don't want him. You want him. You can write him up.
Boyfriend's 34. Your boyfriend's 34, dear.
My God, you're like sitting there giving him the tongue. You want him. What the hell? Just sitting there. Well, then why are you talking about him? What the hell?
Okay, everybody.
Frank is 34 years old. What's the difference, dear?
10 years, you're 46.
Sam, are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Are you serious about
Very
it?
serious.
You know what? I gotta say something. I have the most stable relationship out of all my 4 siblings, though. Okay? That's why they can't argue with it. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't abuse me. He doesn't physically or verbally abuse me. This man gives me all the space
Do
I
you
need.
love him?
I love Sam. I'm not in love with Sam, and I'll admit that honestly. I'm not. I love Sam. I love Sam. But Sam's not in love with me. I don't think you can know a person.
Sam, are you in love with her, or do you just love her the way you do a sister?
I am in love with her as a person,
Okay.
as
You're
my
in
friend,
love with her.
as my
So
lover.
you're not in love with him, but he's in
I
love
love
with
him
you.
because it's only been 3 years, and I think it takes more than 3 years to just say, oh, let's get married. It does. It does. I mean, 3 years you can just know somebody. I don't know, you know.
But you want something more than that. What is it you want?
I want Sarah. Sarah? Will you marry me? Will you marry me, girl?
Yeah, I guess I would.
We'll be right back. Now wait, how old are you?
I'm 35. He's 5 years older than I am.
B, our great-great-great-grandmother, does not have her mother around. Maybe that's a good thing. How would you be, how upset would you be if your daughter secretly ran away with a man old enough to be her father? That's what happened to my next guest. Right, Gail?
Yes,
This is Gail, and she has an 18-year-old daughter named Christy. And she feels that Christy's about to ruin her life because she's marrying 40-year-old Roger. Now, wait, how old are you?
I'm 35. He's 5 years older than I am.
He's got a son. He has a son as old as his wife or younger than his wife? Anyhow.
She's 10 days. His son is 10 days younger than my daughter.
Now, they are backstage and they'll be out in a minute. Tell me about your relationship with your daughter. You got divorced and she went to live with her dad. According to you, she got weird. What was weird about her?
Well, up until about a year and a half ago, Christy and I had a very good relationship.
And then a year and a half, it broke down.
Yeah, I knew the first time she had sex. I nursed her through her first hangover.
Right.
And all of a sudden, she doesn't like to follow rules. And when the rules started coming down on her at school,
She didn't want to follow the rules, so get out of school and get out of mother's house. Is that why you think she's marrying Roger?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what is wrong with Roger?
What is wrong with Roger? Well, number one, he's 40 years old.
Okay, what else?
22 years younger than my daughter.
She's only known him a few months, right?
Right.
And they're already getting ready to get married?
Yeah.
Now, you have said he is basically a liar. What has he lied about?
Okay, I can't prove that he's lied about things, but he's told me a lot of stories, Sally, that just don't ring true. I mean, he's told me, well, I used to be a major CEO or an executive with this major company, and because I didn't believe the way they treated people, I just walked out. And I have all these thousands of dollars worth of rings and jewelry that people are holding for me, yet they don't own a car. They live in what is basically a flop house for vagrants. If you have all this jewelry, sell some of it and get my daughter into a decent home.
has said his house burned down and it was an $850,000 house.
He told us he had a $185,000 home that burned to the ground. He can't get the insurance money because something about a trailer frame floor was in it and they don't want to pay him. He has to have an 18-year-old to believe his nonsense. Because a real woman, a grown
You are
woman's
going to try and
"Oh, you got
convince
problems."
her not to marry her 40-year-old lover. I don't know if you'll get your wish, but let's bring Christy and Roger out and hear what they have to say. Christy, when you met Roger, you knew how old he was, right?
Pardon me?
I asked Christy if when she met you, did she know how old you were?
Not at first, no, but before we got together, yes, I did know how old he was.
Okay. How do you feel about what your mother said?
I don't think it's right because she doesn't know him. You don't know him the way I do. You don't live with him. So who are you to tell me what he's going to do?
Who am I? I'm the one that gave birth to you. That's
But
who
you
I
don't
am.
know him.
I don't have to. He's with a little girl, an immature little girl.
You don't even hardly know me. You're not around long.
I don't know you, and I'm not around. I've been around for 18 years.
You've been around for 18 years?
Yes.
How is that any way to talk to your mother? She's your mother. You're supposed to respect
How is
her.
it any way for her to tell me?
In your case, I think you're crazy for being with him because he's twice your age. He should be with your mother, not
mother
you.
told me she was going to be nothing but a bar slut.
I never said
Oh,
that.
yes, you did. You warned me.
You told him I
It
was
doesn't
with
matter.
the
That's
party.
still your mother, and you
You
should still
told me you
respect
took
her
her
for
to
who she
a bar.
is.
Your own daughter. She took her own daughter to a bar.
I take my
right.
two children to
It's
a
under her
family club.
supervision.
They had
Isn't it
fun
under
in
her
the bar.
supervision?
Yeah, to a family club, not a bar.
Club bar that still sells
ahead, young
alcohol.
lady.
I don't even drink.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wanna
I'm
say-
happy for you.
I want to say to the grandma, it's obvious that he's using it for money because if he wasn't, he'd be faithful to you. If you want a friend or a boyfriend, go to a nursing home and find one.
We'll be right back.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
Don't laugh because this man is experienced and he treated me like a rare violin. He knew how to play it. And believe me, it was the best sex I've ever had.
You can't blame them. Better to be down in Florida. They've been married 24 years, and everyone said it would never last. They'll probably make their 25th anniversary. Congratulations to Bobby and Jules. Today we're talking to couples who are with someone in age inappropriate. I've counted, we've met over 10,000 couples through the years, and there are some they keep writing us about. One of our most unusual couples was a 73-year-old woman named Beatrice. We got 73 and 74 Beatrice, two Beatrices, but she was with a 23-year-old lover named Darryl. They were here 3 times professing their love for each other. Take a look at the last time they were here. This was just a few short months ago. How did you two become an item?
A friend of ours brought me up to her house one night after I got done work, and we had a lot on our mind when we first seen each other, and we've been together 2.5 years.
I don't mean to get personal. Do you function like other couples?
Just like everybody else.
18 children. And you have 40 grandchildren?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a 23-year-old lover? Is that called robbing the cradle?
Yes.
Oh, it is. I think she told us they were together 4 years or 4.5. I'll have to ask her. Do you think they are together? Yes. Come on out, Beatrice. Yes.
I can go out. Right here?
Beatrice, it's so good to see you, but you're all alone. What happened?
Well, the kids chased him away when I was in the hospital.
You were in the hospital? Oh, what a beautiful picture of him. And your children chased him away?
Yeah.
Why did he leave you?
Well, he'll be
First
back.
of all, how long was it?
About 5 weeks I was in the hospital.
No, how long were you together?
4 weeks. 4 years.
4 years together. I was right. Now, you're how old now?
74.
And he's
24 right now.
He's 24 right now. Is your heart broken? And why did your kids do this?
They're jealous.
Is that it?
Yes, they are.
Do you want him back?
Yes, I do with all my heart.
Okay, this is your chance. Look in the camera and make a plea to Darryl, 23 years old, to come back to you.
You want to see the picture?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh,
just look
where
right
I
in the
look?
camera over there, Beatrice.
Darryl, please come back to me. I love you with all my heart. I want to spend our life together.
It must be very sad for you.
I don't want to say without the kids hollering.
You said it was a fairy tale. Click your heels 3 times and go home. You have an attitude problem. This one, she has an attitude problem. You have an attitude problem, girl. You need to go to school and learn.
I'm going back to school.
But when you go, learn her attitude. You.
These people are
happy for you, girl. You go, Grandma.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I got a question for Commando over there at the end. You know, I saw you like helping her off the bike and stuff. You know, you just and smooching her and all that stuff. Are you really kissing her? Or are you giving her mouth to mouth? What's the deal?
We'll be right back. What's happening? What's happening over there? What's happening?
She has anything she wants, she can tell you.
Yes, I do. I am happy where I'm at. I am happy where I'm
As far
at.
as I'm concerned, it's not an age difference thing.
Okay.
These people, they're adults. They can choose.
And so am I.
She was 16,
okay, it's okay.
he was 42.
No.
You were 40, she was 18.
No.
Look, I didn't.
All right.
I didn't.
Oh, that's why I'm a child. Anything else you want, okay? But I'm in love. You're just jealous. That's all. Joe, you're upset. Hey, she's more woman than you are. She's more woman than you are. You're right. Because she don't judge people. She don't judge people. You're a judge. You judge people. Okay. You're just like judges. That's why she's not the way it is. No, you sit.
Sit down, Roger.
You sit.
Okay. Let me change the subject. Let me change the subject. It's been 2 years since we met a very unusual couple. 32-year-old Patty and her 74-year-old boyfriend, Joe. Please take a look at this.
Patty and Joe.
He's the best sex I ever had.
Can you tell me that you have not cheated on her? You have not cheated on her since you've got married. Now, I expect somebody 73 has learned to tell the truth.
No.
You have not you have not slept with another woman.
No, I did, but prior, with her sisters.
With her.
In fact, my sister's got a permanent scar on her lip.
Why?
What would you do? You go in a bedroom and find somebody screwing your husband. What the hell do you get in my own bed?
You discovered them?
I seen him do it.
No.
Yes, I did.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I remember.
Joe, when was this?
3 weeks ago.
No!
Let's kiss makeup.
Well, after their last visit, we heard that they were having some problems. Now, this was a long-running relationship. You think they're still together? If you're back there, come on out. This is Patty and Joe, and they're still together, and that's good news. Patty, I hear you're very jealous of your sister.
Yeah, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Do you think he still is having an affair with your sister?
No. If she had it her way, probably, because
she has the
I got to
hots
tell
for
the
him.
truth about. See, Joe. I don't care what anybody says, but see, Joe is a type of person. He's very. He's like me. He likes his sex, and like the other day, we had sex all day long.
You had sex all day long?
All day long.
How was it?
Real good.
Wanted to make sure we got that clear.
I'm the one I had to, Sally, I had to tell him, Joe, give me a break. I had to tell him.
Joe, give me a break.
Right. That's...
So, okay. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
Yes, I want everybody to know that I love this man for what he is.
We'll be right back.
Many different for my husband.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
Let me introduce Dr. Gilda Carl. She always seems to know how to save the day.
Hello. Again.
Gilda, you're on the spot. What do you think of what you've heard today? I mean, this is a can of worms here.
Well, first of all, let me tell you that this has been studied across many different.
In front of my husband. Over there. She's in her right in front of my husband's face, you know.
Patty and Joe, calm yourself. Go ahead.
Calm yourself, sir.
Dad.
This has been studied. The age differences has been studied across many different cultures by anthropologists for many years. And what we have found, although everybody is different, what we have found is that younger women prefer older men for their power and wealth and money. That's not true. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And younger women prefer, and older men prefer younger women for their fertility and youth and honey. Okay?
So what's wrong
now,
with that?
since we already said that,
So what's wrong with
since we already said that, let's look at all the different cases, because in some cases, yes, I agree with you, there is no money involved here, and there are other situations that we have to look at. This one troubles me in particular. Okay. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I don't even think this is about his age. I think we're having a mother-daughter problem here. And I think, please, I suggest that you remove him from the situation for a while, and that you two try to communicate on your own, individually, and then you will see. Because what, hey, wait a minute. I'm the expert here. Before you say no, no, no.
Good for her.
Listen, this is very, very important now, because she is not hearing you. Okay, talk to her now, please.
Christy, I've told you before.
No hand.
What difference does your relationship, if you think about it, what difference does your relationship with him make in my life?
I don't know, but the only option you gave me was to leave him and move back home.
No, I didn't give you.
Yes,
It was
you
not
did.
the only option. It was not. I asked you two to wait. You want to get married in August. You just met this man in September.
But that is our decision.
Okay, wait a minute. To wait might be a very good idea. I mean, if you love him, and if he loves you, and if this is going to survive, it's going to survive anyway, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So before we have one of the famous divorces, out of every 2 people who marry end up in divorce, before we end up with one of these, maybe we can say just this one, just this once. Now listen, maybe waiting might be a good idea, but you have got to talk to her, and you have got to respond to her in a way like you would respond to your friends, both of you.
Say exactly what Christy wants
Dr.
to
Gilder,
hear.
what do you
She
think
don't
of
wanna
Sam?
talk to me.
What do you think of Sam?
Well, you know, okay, I'm concerned about this one too. She said, the audience agrees with that. She said
She's not
that
in love.
she loves him, but she's not in love with him. Now, you love a father. You are not in love with a father. I don't know if this is real, true love, or else.
That's what I said, but that's what I admitted. I admit that I love Sam. I admit that's why I said, how can I know him in 3 years? Let me get to know him more and make sure this is what I want. It doesn't mean I'm getting married in 2 weeks. Damn it. Son of a bitch.
The answer
I'm
is
getting married next week. That doesn't
the
mean
answer is she should take her time.
Thank you,
What
Sarah.
about our
Good.
first couple?
You know what?
5 minutes, we knew. There wasn't no 3 years. 5 minutes.
You know what? You know what? They are old enough to know. We're not talking about teenagers here. God bless you.
We'll be right back.
God bless you.
We would like to give a special thank you to Dr. Gilda Carl and Harley Davidson of Stanford. We'll see you next time.